You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 mithril money. Building stats like gold and honey. The code is tweaked, the volumes run. The alpha back, the Friday fun. You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 mithril money. Hey, yeah! Money, 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 mithril money. Oh, it's good. Money, 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 mithril money. Can you dig it? Oh, hit me.
Welcome everyone to another week of Alpha. Stefan, Domenico, Paul, I saw Sanders in here. Sanders, awesome to see you guys in here. This is probably the Alpha that I am the most excited about because
you say this every week.
Yeah, true. I need to, but no, for real. And it is the Alpha that I'm the most excited about because this is something that we've been working towards for a long time. It's finally getting to the point where we can start speaking about this a bit more. We can start sharing the master plan a bit more. We can even start giving some of this stuff to you guys so that you can play around with it as well. So that's going to be the topic of this Alpha. It's going to be a short Alpha. We're aiming to keep it below 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, but trying to keep it short and on point because we are in the trenches and we need to get back to the trenches to continue to build because this is very, very exciting times. Before we do that, I also do need to acknowledge that we've hit yet another milestone. So we actually passed $350 million in total volume through Mithril. We launched Mithril bots on the 11th of November, right, Thomas? I think something around mid-November. I might be wrong on the exact date, but I think it was 11th. And yeah, 350 million is not a small achievement. It's absolutely incredible. We've had some extraordinary days with 12, 13 million in volume, and we're currently doing around 10 million a week, which is something we're quite happy with. So kudos to everyone that is using Mithril bots. It is very fun to see and hear your success every week. It's very fun and nice to see sort of how you interact with the product, and we're very grateful for the feedback. I've seen, Sanders, you've been a champion when it comes to providing feedback. Arigato, like much appreciated. It is fantastic of you and everybody else that are giving us feedback because it's really helping us shape the product. Now, I'm going to try to keep it under 15. We'll see how it goes. Now, we are going to give you a teaser of the light paper. We're going to share an overview of the roadmap, what has been done, where we're going. And I want to start all of this with what it means for you, because that's at the end of the day the most important. Like all of this other stuff and how it's done and why we're doing it, yeah, for sure. That's something that I get turned on by. But at the end of the day, you guys need to get turned on by it because it's the value that this can bring to you guys that I think me and Tom are really excited about. And I will do this by starting a small story. So during the last 2 weeks, me and Tom have really kicked it into another gear. And last night, I was able to take what we're building, and I was able to, in one day, build a casino game that uses liquidity from perp dexes. I was able to build a delta neutral scanner that found arbitrage, executed on the arbitrage, made me money. That's not a guarantee. I was just a bit lucky, but sometimes with arbitrage you can get a bit lucky. And I was able to monitor all of this and close it. And I was able to launch the delta neutral as an example in less than an hour from start to finish. And this is what we've been working on. So you all know the Mithril master plan is to enable anyone to go from idea to trading bot. We've widened that vision a bit. So I would like to actually reframe the vision into a tagline that I think we're going to be using more and more. And that is that Mithril is the... Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so Mithril is positioning itself as the OS, the operating system for on-chain and agentic trading. And that is what our light paper is going to focus on. So what do we mean by the operating system or the OS for on-chain and agentic trading? If we step back a bit, the future, without a shiver of a doubt, is online. We're going to see more and more agents. OpenClaw is the most distributed open source project in human history. It has technically achieved more usage than Linux has in 30 years in less than 6 weeks. That's how powerful agentic systems are. Agentic systems and agents are going to use blockchain and digital currency as their way to interact with financials, with the financial world, with financial primitives, and mundane stuff as when you get your Optimus robot from Tesla, it will most likely use crypto when it goes and buys stuff. Right? So the future is agentic, the future is on-chain, the future is going to use digital currency. Why are we building the operating system for on-chain execution and then for agentic trading? So as we built Mithril, one of the biggest hurdles, and I'm going to let you, Thomas, speak a bit more about this because you know the details better, is that each trading venue behaves very differently. Anyone in the Mithril community that has been running a market maker bot knows this in lived experience. If you run a 2-bip 15-second inventory skew market maker on BTC on Paradox, that might cost you $20 to $50 per million in volume. If you do the same on Pacifica, it might be around 200 to 500. If you're running it on Aftermath, no, let's not go there. It will be a lot more expensive on Aftermath, right? It's the same strategy, same bot, it's just different order books and different liquidity on these different trading venues. Building those integration takes enormous time and energy. It's actually one of the things that we have to focus the most on. And it's because they're, one, quite complex, two, they're different. And maybe, Thomas, if you take the mic from here, because I didn't understand how different they were until you showed me, like, this is how you place an order on Paradox. This is how you do it on Aftermath or Sui. This is how you do it on Pacifica. Like, it's widely different schemas, parameterization, and language at the end of the day that you need to use to accurately communicate and place your orders, to monitor the orders, to play stuff like stop loss, take profit, and to close those orders. Thomas, you've actually built all of our integration. What has been your experience?
It's as you said, like, it's a bit remind me of how Stripe came to be one of the very big infra play for payment. These guys, they were not the cheapest, they were not the maybe the superior product, but it was the easiest to use because they had amazing docs. And we've integrated 5 exchanges, and you can clearly see, like, when you have good docs is somewhat easy, but never super easy. And when you have shit docs, it's hell. And because everything is completely different.
I think I know, because it was a bit fun. We won't name names, but one of the 5 exchanges that we integrated, Thomas was not the happiest about the API documentation he got on his table when they were like, perfect, here's how you integrate us.
Oh yeah, I lost maybe 10 hours due to bad dog, but anyway. And like maybe you communicate with an API and they all have widely different logic, not the same functionalities, not the same way of working. And sometimes it's like exactly the opposite. Like when you want to, I don't know, send a short, sometimes you need to put a minus in front of the price. And when in another exchange, you need to do something different. Like that's not the best example, but so it's a pain in the ass. And if you want to build yourself a product that can communicate with different exchanges, you need to build an interface in between that can do the translation of all the different ways that the exchanges communicate. Just the name of the token, the market, they are widely different, only this. And when we created the bot system, because it was multi-dex, we built that, maybe without even realizing it. And so we were like, okay, now that we have battle-tested tech, what can we do with it? Maybe we can do more than only bots. And it's where it started the idea to, we build something valuable. Right now, only the product side of this technology is available, but maybe we can also make available the stack, the infra side of what we built. And Alex, if you want to take it from there.
For sure. So as we built this, we understood that this is not only a big constraint for us, but it's actually something that is lacking in the space, truly lacking. And we're still, I just want to calm people that are like, but we want the ChatGPT like interface builder. That's still on the roadmap. That hasn't disappeared. It's been like one of the outcomes of the vision since day one. And it's just now we have clarity on exactly where that comes into play in the roadmap. So Tom already mentioned Stripe and how they did their go-to-market when distributing the Stripe technology. And now Stripe is sort of the default payment processor if you're going to use anything from Shopify to Wix to your own WordPress website or whatever e-commerce you want to do. And Mithril is taking a very similar go-to-market. So if I break down our go-to-market in 4 main steps, we had 1, the execution layer. And the execution layer is what you guys have all been launching bots on. And that execution layer has, as of this week, processed over $350 million of actual trading volume. It survived, I dare to say, a couple of attacks, but like it's been battle tested. We have also added very high security. We've added sort of guardrails on it so that you have the stop loss, take profit. It can monitor your positions. For example, with the delta neutral, it can make sure that none of the guardrails don't drop off. If it does, it informs you so that you can take the necessary actions. This is the execution layer. So think about this as sort of the stage 1. And then after that stage 1, we have execution layer and API. And that's where we currently are. So that's stage 1. We have the execution layer. Now we're enabling anyone to get access to that execution layer, that execution engine, via an API. So that you will literally just need an API key, and then you have all of this built for you. You don't need to deal with DEX integrations. There's also more DEXs, and not just DEXs coming to this, but there is all of the integrations are done, meaning you can go from a bot strategy idea, a trading dashboard, a portfolio dashboard looking at all of your positions, something like a casino coin flipping game, a rocket game, some of these, you've probably seen them, to I was about to say something that we haven't announced yet, but to maybe stuff like prediction market bots, anything. You can actually focus on the idea rather than doing what we had to do, spend weeks on the integrations, on maintaining the integrations, updating them every time the team updates something in the docs and the API calls changes. All of that is taken care for you with one API. So this is stage one. And the execution layer, we've already battle tested it. Now we're on to the API part. And we just earlier this week launched a small group. It's supposed to be 5 early builders. I think we have slightly more in it, but so it's a little bit oversubscribed, but it's a great, some of the great OGs from our community. We actually also have Anthony, one of the co-founders of Swissborg, who has also joined it because he wants to build some stuff. And we have some people that we've actually never spoken to that reached out to us on X, or that we spoke to on X that also jumped into it. So this is a very close-knit group that are going to get early access to all of this so that they can try it out for themselves. The cool part with this is that this API, you can literally plug and play into Lovable, OpenClaw, Cursor, your terminal, Perplexity Computer. Thomas, which one are you using? Claude, sorry. Claude. So you can literally take this API and essentially supercharge whatever vibe coding tool you're using, or if you're using classical command line interfaces, you can literally just run with it, and you have all of the piping, all of the boring plumbing behind the scenes taken care of.
Maybe just to explain a bit on that, so right now, agentic coding, like the complexity of coding is almost zero right now because you have a bunch of models that are so good at coding that they can do anything. That's why companies like Anthropic, they can ship 10 products every week because they build agent that can code their own product. What is still very valuable is if you want to build great apps, you need to have the tool to interact with these apps. And the Mithril API will be the tool that gives all of the agent access to on-chain trading capabilities, supercharged. And we built it to be usable in one single prompt by any coding agent you can have. So we created what we call a skill. We created a super clear doc that can be readable and crawled by agent. And honestly, like we have even created specs that you can just download and drop in your chat with the agent. And in 2 prompts, you can have your first application that is working, trading for real, on 5 different exchanges, more coming soon. That's the vision we want. Now, the only valuable thing is your ID, how you envision it, how you make it kind of user-friendly and stuff. But the execution part of the ID is completely abstracted when you use an agent and our API, where we are right now. And we tested it, like it's working. Alex itself, he created 2 apps in 1 day, including the Delta Neutral arbitrage that last year when we spoke about this product with the quant, it was like, this is so freaking complex to do. And now we can do it in 1 prompt. So it's a big achievement.
So Thomas now gave you stage two, because we're able to move forward a bit quicker than we thought. So stage 1, execution layer and API, that's happening right now. We are currently battle testing this in the team. The closed builder group is going to get early access to this Monday morning. So Monday morning, we're going to share with you everything so that you can get started. I think some of you have already gotten started with what we've shared, which is also fantastic. We might actually drop it right after this. Why not? So that you can play around with it during the weekend, give us feedback. So that is stage 1. And we're quite quickly moving forward to stage 2, which is exactly what Thomas just mentioned. which is essentially the coolest freaking thing I've experienced, is a template gallery where you can go and look at the stuff that we've already built, copy the prompt, download the file for the project, and you can literally add it into your Lovable, your Cursor, your Claude Code, your Clawbot, whatever, and spin up the entire project connected to exchanges so that you can actually initiate a trade, a delta neutral, in literally less than an hour. And most of that time, I gotta be honest, is literally me just scrolling on the phone, watching the LM just read the docs and spin up the actual work. That's easily 50% of that hour. So that is stage 2. It's to develop some of these, what we call lighthouse apps, MVP products that anyone can take and fork and create their own version of. So this might sound like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, but there will be an explanation to this further on as well. So you can literally recreate the delta neutral scanner on Mithril in an hour. You're going to be able to create your own bot strategies in literally like less than a day. And you're going to be able to iterate them and refine the strategies. And me and Thomas are going to focus on adding more and more exchanges so that you have more and more venues to essentially research alpha from. And it's not light research. It's not like when you ask ChatGPT something. We have access to the order books. We have direct access to the liquidity, right? We can also see, because trading is final, right? There is an outcome for each trade, which enable us to actually build machine learning on this that takes the executional data and automatically improves the template. So for example, if you want to put in delta neutral, and you have the option to do it via Hybici and Pacifica or Hybici and Paradox, you can actually gradually get a recommendation from the template just informing you that historically on this trading asset, on, for example, Hype, the slippage have been higher on Pacifica than Paradox. So if you want to mitigate your risk, it could be better to look at executing this delta neutral on Pacifica, on Paradox and Hibachi. So it's self-evolving templates that actually stay up to date, that learn, that evolves. Okay, and then we get to the big goal that we've been speaking about since I think we first came up with Mithril, which is the AI-assisted builder. This is where you don't need to go to Claude, Lovable, or anywhere else to put in this prompt and build. You can actually have your own native, you can interact with the Mithril own native AI builder that has all of this plugged in from the start so that you can just play and have fun and really go from any idea to any execution. But I want to highlight, you can already do this. With the API, there is nothing stopping you. It's just that you're using Lovable or Claw Code or OpenClaw rather than Mithril's own AI-assisted builder. You can already do all of the things. It's just that you would need to use that third party, your preferred third party, together with the Mithril API to achieve the same outcome. And then we have the verified marketplace. So because we have these templates that any one of you can fork and make your own, you also have the opportunity to build your Mithril, whether it's a delta neutral scanner, whether it's an arbitrage tool, whether it's a certain bot strategy. Maybe what you want to do is to literally rebuild all of these KOLs, magic polymarket bots or trading bots that are making $1,000 a day. Maybe you want to call some of them out and be like, I'm going to take this strategy, I'm going to turn that into bot trading bot strategy, and I'm going to launch it. And if it works, you can sell that product, right? You will actually be able to earn from other people using your template, your build. You can create your own version of Mithril. And that verified marketplace will be the place where we help to distribute and showcase the cool stuff being built by the Mithril community. So it will be our way of assisting distribution of really, really cool templates. And it might sound like this is a little bit counterintuitive. We've just spent 3.5 months building Mithril, and now we're going to give away the most valuable part so that anyone can use the most valuable part of it, which is the engine or the execution layer, just using an API. And this is where I want to once again highlight how OpenClaw, how GitHub, how Stripe got network effect, and how you build a moat. So I'm just going to do this 1 minute because I can see that I'm already a bit over 15 minutes. But so Mithril's Mo is the execution layer. But it's not a moat in the sense that we want to have it and keep it to ourselves. We want as many people as possible to be able to build what they dream about, right? And to test ideas, to test if the fair value gap actually works, to test if the RSI is actually one of the best signals, or what signals are actually historically the most accurate in helping you produce positive outcomes. So what we're doing is anyone can have access to our execution layer, execution engine via the API. For all of the trades that gets routed via the execution engine learns, so that anything that you're building on top of it becomes smarter and smarter and smarter, right? This is the equivalent of like why you want to build on OpenClaw and soon NemoClaw, if you saw NVIDIA's launch a couple of days ago. Is because the underlying infrastructure evolves and becomes smarter, so that everything built on it is essentially receiving that downstream value creation. This makes it this makes the execution engine, as it scales, it becomes better and better because it provides more and more value back to the builder. At the same time, it becomes harder and harder for anyone to copy Mithril's business, because you would need to copy all of the proprietary data generated in the execution engine that is feeding and automatically improving all of the templates, or giving recommendations on how you can improve all of these different templates. It's of course up to you whether or not you listen to the machine learning or not. So that is the 4-stage plan. We are already rolling out essentially stage 1 and stage 2. The execution engine is already battle tested. It's already processed over 250 million in trade volume. That's not a small achievement. The AI system can use TradeView and MetaTrader program language indicator strategies as ideas for Mithril. So I will let Thomas answer that. And I will just start by saying, right now, the execution engine has access to 5 DEXs. But because of this slight pivot in the go-to-market, or slight sort of recalibration of the go-to-market, we're going to be able to focus on adding a shit ton more integration, adding a shit ton more signals, improving the enabling to read more programming languages, so that the infra becomes even stronger and more composable throughout crypto, but maybe also beyond crypto. Thomas, I will let you answer the question because you can do it better than I can.
So it's exactly what Alex said. Now, imagine, so our main product will be first a very good API that can do a shit ton of stuff. And then the second one is we package the API into a builder with a nice interface. You can chat and it will build stuff. And then we can connect anything that we want to our own API. Like we can connect TradingView because they have an immense amount of indicators, market and stuff. We could connect also, I don't know, like a Bloomberg terminal. So we can all have like news, fundamental signals, this kind of stuff. So this, we build it as a way, in a way that will be, is like Lego. You can add stuff onto it to make it bigger and more valuable. So it's very possible that we will do something with TradingView.
But so this is also what I would say. Meme X2I2G join. So Nick, now the first builder cohort, they're going to have a little bit of early access to this for roughly 1 week, and then we will open up a bigger builder cohort. Meme, let me know your TG handle in the Mithril TG. And then, because we already got some people that had let me know that they want to be building with this. So end of next week, we're going to expand the group of people that have access to this. So I love your idea. I think it's a great one. If you want to help influence which integrations we do next, join this builder program. So just in TG, in any one of the channels, pretty much, just tag me or Toma, aka Samoth, and let us know. And then I will add you to the list of people that are interested in joining as soon as we expand on the builders group. And for the builders or in that builder group, you guys have the absolute best opportunity to be like, I want Polymarket, I want Hyperliquid, I want whatever stuff you want. Tell us. This is why we're doing this partial gradual rollout. And then we are looking at releasing it to everyone in roughly 2 weeks, so that anyone can have access to this. Of course, the Mithril community is going to get a bit of perks. So you might be looking at getting a couple of weeks of free use and unlimited API calls and stuff like that. Maybe not unlimited, but a lot, so that you can build and test your ideas. Will you keep a persistency layer inside the API platform so it gathers an index my trade, P&L, funding fees, and history?
So yeah, we will have the API has an endpoint that you can call to get all the fields and history on all your exchanges. This we have it.
It actually already worked, because I saw it. Neutral, it found all of my DN positions, not just the ones that I set up using my new DN builder. Sorry, Thomas, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, like, the way we want to build this is, if you want to use the API for your own, you can do it. You can code your own application, put your own credential, it's possible, and will work very good, very well. But if you want to create an app that you will then distribute to other users, make money with it, make it paid or anything else, you can also, because you can just, the agent and or the skill or the documentation explain how you can add a field for any users to type in their own paradex key, extended key, and they will be able to trade also themselves using your API. So now if you want to create your own bot and sell them, you will be able to do it.
So we're going to see if I can. I won't be able to see anymore. So Toma, let me know when people can see my screen, because I'm going to just quickly show. Whoop. So this is literally what I built yesterday. And as you can see, like, it's not a lot of messages. So here is one of the prompts together with the file. And literally that many messages later, I have a fully functional arbitrage scanner between Paradex and Pacifica. I actually even used it to open up an arbitrage position that is currently making me a bit of money. This literally took me less than an hour to launch. And that is the power of what we're discussing. So it's going to be extra, like, it's you nearly get a high from like building with it, because you can literally take one of the things that I'm going to try today is to take one of the trading KOLs that I follow. I'm going to take his strategy, put it into my LLM together with the API from Mithril, and see if I can actually replicate the strategy and how it performs. So you can now do this. Like, that's the power of this API together with the ideas that you guys create. Okay, we need to wrap it up because we are going a little bit above time. But so awesome. It's super exciting to have the first 5+ builders in the early builder program. You guys are going to get more and more access over the next couple of days. If you're interested in getting access to this, let us know in the TG, and we will add you to the second builder cohort. We will probably also do a bit of fun collabs together with some of the Dexes, but that will come later. You can expect stuff like hackathons and stuff like that coming as well. Starting next week, there's also going to be we're also going to resume content creation for anyone that has been missing that. So starting next week, there's going to be a bunch of building workshops, step-by-step tutorials, and guides, literally just walking you through how to set this up, how to start building, and then building different templates. So fantastic opportunity to follow the socials if you're not already. And yeah, I think, sorry, I will give you the code as well. But before we do that, Thomas, anything else that we might have missed? We've touched a little bit on, or we've shared the roadmap, the light paper, right? So you can think about the light paper. It's going to break down what it means to be the OS of on-chain and agentic trading. The light paper is going to be released to everyone about end of next week. The early builder group has gotten an early version of it. So it will be released to everyone by end of next week. You can expect a lot more content and guides, slight updates on socials regarding all of this and how you can prepare for it. And then in roughly 2 weeks, I think we're opening this up to anyone. And next week, we're going to start opening up to a little bit more builders. So if you're interested, let us know in Telegram, and then we will add you as soon as we expand on the TG group. With that said, Thomas, anything that you want to
add? I'm just so happy that we're able to do this, because we've been talking for so many times, for so many days. We wanted to create this application that can do that, or this new project, and now literally in one prompt you can spin up new stuff, and you can either just do it for yourself, or you can send it to your friends, or you can try to monetize it. And I'm super excited that right now, like these are the most craziest time. A lot of shit is happening, but also with this AI, there are so many opportunities that we can all of us jump on it. And maybe with Mithril, we will add a tiny piece of this new adventure. Or yeah, I'm looking forward to see what great application people can build with this. And we will build our own for sure, because we have so many stuff we wanted to do since so long time. And yeah, I'm just excited by this.
I know one that I'm going to build very, very soon. And it's going to be a research agent, so that I have my little morning Jarvis. As I have my cup of coffee in the morning, I will have my little research Jarvis analyzing liquidation events. I think liquidation events is a very underutilized strategy, especially in perplexes, because some of the trading pairs don't have the best liquidity. So seeing liquidation events and then being able to essentially ride the reversal or riding the trend back up, I think is going to be very, very interesting. So that's one of the things that I'm going to build with this, is a little liquidation tracker that I can also use to take action. That will hopefully give me updates on the daily. So that's one of the things. And then I have some other ideas for commodity trading now, when a lot of commodities and stocks are being tokenized. Is going to be a really interesting arbitrage opportunity, in my opinion, as CDFs and synthetic stocks and synthetic commodities get on chain. I think that's going to be a really interesting one to follow. There's already some, like, just for the people that haven't followed that space. Right now, there's currently like a $200 difference if you're buying gold in TradeFi compared to on-chain. and $200 is quite a lot per, if it's ounce, right? Gold is at 4,600 something, but 4,800 on, I'm not going to name the exchange. So really interesting arbitrage opportunities, I think, starting to show, and that will definitely increase. You have a lot of interesting macro plays, and then liquidation events tracker is some of the things that I'm going to be playing around with. Okay, with that said, the code for this week, if you have not already guessed it, is our new and updated tagline. It is the OS of on-chain and agentic trading. The operating system of on-chain and agentic trading is a long one.
Wow.
A long one, but it's a delicious one, because it's an OS that would have been fantastic if it was around half a year ago, because it would have saved us month when it came to Mithril. And now we're getting some family support from someone's side. It's amazing.
See you guys.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Hello, Hector. We're going to, as always, put on some tunes from Top Tony as we do the exit. But if you're interested in building, now is the time to get really active in the Discord, because you might get early access to this quite cool tool that have honestly generated $350 million in trading volume. And it's currently being used by over hundreds of bots. So it's a good time to get involved. And we're going to see if we can get the tunes going as well. With that said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Is the OS of on-chain and agentic trading. Yeah, we're excited about this. Cool stuff. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Shining bright in the silver storm, cut through the dark, where legends are born. Mithril flows, the heart of mine, forged in fire, chasing light. Mithril strong, unbreakable chain. Feel the pulse, the power remains. Mithril bold, it gleams and sings. Armor of God, the strength of kings. In the clash of steel, it never bends. Through every battle, it transcends. Mithril whispers a tale untold, a legacy carved in molten gold. Mithril strong, unbreakable.